In this session, I'm going to take you through a short routine on the balance wedge, and we are also going to use 2 weights. So 2 hand weights, 2 tins of beans, anything that you've got that you can use. And we're going to add some weights into some of the exercises. We're going to do the whole session on our wedge, okay? So we're going to take ourselves, so we're sitting with the wedge just right at the bottom of our tailbone here. And then you can use your hands to lower yourself down onto your wedge, or you can use your core to gently peel yourself down from here. And then we're just lying down onto our backs on our wedge with our knees bent, hands by our sides, feet and knees are about hip width apart. And from here, we're just going to go into some pelvic tilts. So we're tipping our pelvis forwards and backwards, feeling that lower back arching and flattening on and off our wedge, just mobilizing through that lower part of our spine there. Just nice and gently tilting there. Feeling that stretch through our back. Just getting used to that pressure of the wedge on our spine. Just starting to give our spine that nice stretch through. From our pelvic tilt, we're going to increase that movement into a shoulder bridge. So we're going to tilt back through our pelvis, and then we're going to peel up through our spine, nice and smoothly, 1 vertebra at a time, as high as you feel is comfortable for you. Then you're going to slowly peel back down 1 vertebra at a time. So we're going for that nice, smooth segmental movement as we peel back down. So breath in at the bottom, breathe out as you tilt, squeeze and peel up. Breathe in and hold at the top. And then breathing out as you peel back down again, nice and smoothly, 1 vertebra at a time. And we'll just go for a few more there, going for that nice, smooth segmental movement as we're rolling up and peeling back down. That's it, feeling that wedge massaging out through your back as you're rolling up and down from here. Let's go for 2 more bridges. Keep it nice and smooth. And last one, breath in at the bottom, breathe out as you roll up. Breathe in and hold at the top. And then breathe out as you peel back down 1 vertebra at a time. Rolling down from there. Then from here, we're going to be in that sort of neutral, comfortable position on our wedge. So we might have a gentle arch through our lower back here. That's absolutely fine to have that arch there. We're going to take our hands up to the ceiling and our palms are going to face in towards each other. And we're going to do some scapular setting. So just working on that movement around our shoulder blades. So all we're going to do from here is we're going to keep our elbows straight and we're going to reach those fingertips up to the ceiling. Then we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades back and down, squeezing those shoulder blades around the wedge. We're going to breathe in as we reach up. And then we're going to breathe out as we squeeze our shoulder blades back and down. Breathe in as you reach up. And then breathe out as we squeeze back and down. So we're really trying to squeeze those shoulder blades around that wedge, elbows staying straight. We're literally just moving around our shoulder blades. So small movement here as we squeeze and then open out. Let's go for 3 more, keeping it nice and slow and controlled. Really working on that squeeze. Last 2. And last 1. Nice. And then you can relax your hands down from here. Really nice. Okay, for our next one, we are going to pick up a weight. So we're going to take 1 weight into each hand here. And then we're going to stretch our hands up to the ceiling. We're going to have our palms facing away from us. Shoulders are down away from our ears here. And we're going to try our chest press. So we're going to go back to that sort of neutral, comfortable position. You might want to gently engage your core now that we're starting to add in some weight with our movement. So we're going to bend our elbows. We're going to bring our elbows down to the floor and then we're pushing away. We're going to breathe in as you draw those elbows down and breathe out as you push away. Breathe in as you come down and breathe out as you push away. That's it. Think about using our core to keep us nice and steady as we're moving. As we bend those elbows, we're trying to get those elbows to touch the floor as close to the floor as we can, squeezing those shoulder blades around the wedge each time we flex those elbows down towards the floor. Let's go for 4 more here. So 4, 3, 2, and last one. We're going to stretch those hands up to the ceiling and we're going to turn our palms so they face in towards each other. And again, gently engaging that core to keep ourselves nice and steady here. We're going to go into our toy soldier's arms. So for our toy soldiers, one arm comes down as the other arm comes back over our head. Then we're going to come back to reaching up to the ceiling and then switch over, back the other way, and then back up. So switching those arms over that halfway point. And with our weights, this can be a little bit of a tricky one. So just work through the range that feels comfortable for you. Breathe in on one movement and breathe out on the next. Keep it nice and controlled. That's it, feeling that stretch through our back each time we reach those arms back. And you might find that the more you do, the further into that range of movement you're able to go. As you start to get a bit more of a stretch into the movement, our back and our shoulders start to feel a bit freer. So let's keep going with those toy soldiers arms. Let's go for one more in each direction. And then we're going to take those arms back up to the ceiling again, keeping our palms facing in towards each other. We're going to try some double arm overhead reaches. So for this one, we might want to engage that core a little bit more. We're going to think about keeping our rib cage flat to our stomach, and we're going to just nice and slowly take both arms back over our head as far as you feel is comfortable for you. And then you're going to bring your hands back up to the ceiling. We're going to breathe out as we reach those arms back, and breathe in as you bring those arms back up. Breathe out as you take our arms back, and breathe in as you bring our arms back up. As we keep it nice and smooth, keeping that rib cage flat to our stomach as we're moving through our shoulders, moving through those arms. Let's go for 4 more here. Last 2. And last one. And then we're going to go for one more exercise with our weights. We're going to try combining that overhead movement with our shoulder bridge. So for this one, we are going to keep our arms up to the ceiling, keeping those knees bent and feet on the floor. We're going to peel up through our spine, one vertebra at a time into our bridge, holding ourselves up in that bridge, slowly taking those arms back as far as you feel is comfortable. Holding our arms here, we're going to roll down through our spine, one vertebra at a time. Once our tailbone is back down to the wedge or to the floor, we're going to bring our hands back up to the ceiling again. So we're going to roll up, hold up at the top, arms come back slowly, really control those arms on the way back. Hold those arms there as you peel down nice and smoothly. Once that tailbone is back down to the wedge, bring those hands back up and over. If you find this one too much with the weights, you can just do the same movement without holding your weights, okay? It is quite an intense stretch on the shoulders and the upper back, but it should feel like it's giving you a really nice stretch through, hopefully. But like I say, if it is too much, pop those weights down, continue the exercise without the weights. If you feel like that's too much as well, you could always just keep your arms by your sides or just keep those arms stretched over your head up to the ceiling and just holding them here as you come up and down, okay, if you want to. We'll just go for 2 more here, keep it nice and smooth. And last one. Really nice. When you've done that last one, you can pop your weights back out of the way. We're done with those weights and we're just going to do a couple of stretches on our wedge to finish off. We're going to take ourselves into our reclined butterfly. So let's take those arms up. We're going to bend our elbows and then we're going to rotate our hands back. So we're nice and open through our chest here. We're going to bring our feet together and then open our knees out wide, holding ourselves here. So we're open all the way through the front of our body, into our hips as well. Just relaxing back into the stretch. You can close your eyes here if you want to. And we're going to take a few deep breaths. When you get to the end of your next exhale, we're going to bring our knees back together and then we're going to take our hands, we're going to stretch and reach those hands up and over our head and then straightening your legs out. So we're in a nice straight line all the way through our body, going for a full body stretch. So we're going to point those toes away, stretch and reach your fingertips away as far as they can go. Make yourself as long as you can. Let's hold it here for a few deep breaths. On each inhale, try and think about stretching and reaching those fingertips and those toes a little bit further away from you. So just lengthening through your body, through your spine on each inhale. And then on your next exhale, you're going to relax your hands and feet and slowly bring your arms back up and over and down to your sides. Then from here, we're going to bend our knees and then we're going to bring ourselves up off our wedge. So you can use your hands to push you up, or again, you can think about using that cord to peel you up to that seated position. So from here, you can be all done if you want to, or just a couple of stretches without the wedge to finish off if you like, just to see how your back feels when you lie down after using it. Can be quite a nice thing to try. So you can try rolling yourself back down onto your back, and then we'll try some knee hugs. So hugging those knees in, and as you hug your knees in, just think about how your back feels along the mat as you hug those knees into your chest. You could give your knees a little rock side to side here, or round in a circle. Just think about how your back feels coming into that stretch after doing all those lovely chest and upper back opening exercises on the wedge. And then take those legs down, and then you can try straightening your legs away, stretching, reaching those arms away into that full body stretch. And again, just have a think about how your back feels on the mat as you stretch away there. Hope you feel like your spine is a bit longer. You might feel like more of it is in contact with the mat where you stretch things out and it's feeling more mobile. Let's just take one big breath in. And then as we exhale, bringing those hands back down to your sides, relaxing through your hands and through your feet. And then when you feel ready from there, you can just take your time turning onto your side and then come and have a sit round. And then you're all done from there. So I hope you enjoyed that lovely session to work on our shoulders and upper back, working on our wedge.